You've probably heard that nothing can travel faster than light. That's true. It's also the least interesting part of the story. Most explanations stop right there, which is a shame, because the actual rule has almost nothing to do with speed. The real limit isn't how fast something can move. It's how fast anything, anywhere, can ever affect anything else. Light just happens to be the fastest messenger we know of that obeys it. Break that rule and you don't get a faster spaceship. You get a universe where effects can happen before their causes, where the shot arrives before the trigger is pulled. So, let's talk about the rule actually hiding behind the speed of light. The cosmic speed limit on cause and effect itself. Here's the version most people learn. Light travels at about 300,000 kilometers per second and nothing goes faster. Usually, this gets explained as a kind of cosmic traffic law, as if the universe issued a speeding ticket to anything caught breaking the limit, light included. But that framing has a strange side effect. It makes light itself sound special, as if the universe built a rule specifically around photons. It didn't. Light isn't the reason the limit exists. Light is just the fastest thing we know of that has to obey it. Photons have no mass, and massless things are forced to move at exactly this speed, no faster, no slower. The actual limit lives one level deeper than light. It's a property of space-time itself. The maximum rate at which any influence, any signal, any piece of information can get from one point in the universe to another. Physicists call it c precisely to keep it separate from the speed of light. C is the universe's built-in speed limit. Light travels at it because photons have nothing slowing them down. So why does this limit exist at all? The honest answer starts somewhere unexpected. Not with speed, but with cause and effect. Imagine two events. You flip a light switch and a bulb turns on. In everyday life, the order is obvious. Flip first, light second. Cause then effect. It feels so basic, it barely seems like physics. It seems like common sense. But Einstein's special relativity revealed something deeply strange. The order in which two events appear to happen can differ depending on how fast you're moving relative to them. Two events that look simultaneous to you might look sequential or even reversed to someone zooming past in a spaceship. This sounds like it should break the universe. If event order isn't fixed, how does anything make sense? Here's the crucial catch. That reordering can only happen for events that couldn't have influenced each other anyway. Events too far apart in too little time. For anything, even light, to have traveled between them. For any two events where one could plausibly cause the other, every observer, however they're moving, agrees on which one happened first. That is what the speed limit is actually protecting. It draws a hard boundary around every single event in the universe. Physicists call it the light cone. Inside it, everything this event could possibly cause. Outside it, everything it can't reach in time. If information could travel faster than that boundary allows, it could leak outside the cone. And an effect could, for some observer somewhere, arrive before its cause. Not as an illusion, actually, physically before. That's not just weird, it's a full logical contradiction. It would mean you could, in principle, send a signal into your own past. Not science fiction time travel, with a machine and a dial. A direct consequence of simple algebra. The moment faster-than-light communication becomes possible for anyone at all. This reframing changes what the speed of light actually means. It isn't that photons have some magical property capping them at this number. The number is a fundamental feature of space-time's geometry, the boundary between cause and effect. And anything with zero mass has nothing holding it back from reaching that boundary exactly. Anything with mass is a different story. It gets closer to the limit only by paying an ever steeper energy cost. The nearer you get, the more energy it takes, diverging toward infinity as you approach. Which is why just building a faster engine was never going to work. The wall you're hitting isn't a technological one, it's structural. It's also why gravity has to obey the very same rule. Gravitational waves, ripples in space-time's own curvature, were predicted by Einstein and directly detected a century later. They travel at exactly this same universal limit. Not because gravity has anything to do with light, but because any physical influence of any kind is bound by the same ceiling. So the next time someone says nothing can go faster than light, it's worth remembering that's shorthand for something much deeper. Nothing can outrun cause and effect. The universe isn't enforcing a traffic law on spaceships. It's protecting the basic logical order of events, making sure that everywhere, for everyone, causes come before their effects. Light isn't fast because it's light. It's fast because it's one of the only things in existence, with nothing at all standing between it and the edge of what's physically possible. Every photon that has ever reached your eye traveled right along the boundary of causality itself the entire way, carrying not just an image, but proof that here at least cause still reliably comes before effect,